Day 31. You've made it through a full month. And if you've been doing the work, not just watching these videos, you're already not the same person you were when you started. But today marks a turning point. Because mental mastery, the theme of this week, isn't just about controlling thoughts, crafting routines, or speaking affirmations. It's about taking daily, relentless, uncomfortable action in alignment with who you say you want to be. It's about doing the hard things, consistently, especially when you don't feel like it. Let's be brutally honest. Gamblers are trained for the opposite. Gambling wires your brain to chase what's easy. Fast dopamine, instant relief, no friction. You click a button, and boom, your brain lights up. No effort, no skill, no delay. That's the addiction. That's the trap. Your nervous system got addicted to ease. So now when life gets hard, when things get slow or boring or painful, you crave an escape. And if you don't consciously rewire that, you will relapse again and again. The antidote to that, intentional suffering. And I don't say that to scare you. I say it to wake you up. The only way out of the gambling mindset is to build a new mental framework. One where you lean into discomfort, not run from it. One where you expect hard days and choose to conquer them instead of avoid them. One where you face the very things you used to escape from and do it on purpose. So let's go deeper. Doing hard things retrains your brain. Every time you push through something difficult, whether it's a freezing cold shower, a grueling workout, waking up early, or sitting still in meditation, your brain starts associating effort with reward. You're telling yourself, I don't need cheap dopamine anymore. I'm capable of more. And eventually, you start to believe it. Look at elite athletes. They wake up before the sun. They train their minds and their bodies through exhaustion, repetition, structure, not because it's fun, but because it's necessary. They do it because they know growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in resistance, pain, fatigue, focus. The same applies to your recovery. You're not just quitting gambling, you're rebuilding the type of person who doesn't need it anymore. Let me ask you something hard. What have you avoided this week? Is it getting serious about your finances? Is it facing that one truth you keep dodging? Is it going for that jog, starting that business, making that uncomfortable phone call, or finally following through on your goals? Avoidance is a symptom of the gambler's mindset. But the cure, the only cure, is action. Because doing hard things restores what gambling destroyed. Your dignity. You're not just changing habits. You're restoring your name in your own mind. And that doesn't come from watching videos or thinking positive thoughts. That comes from sweat, from discipline, from choosing the 5 a.m. workout instead of the 5 p.m. excuse, from choosing silence and journaling instead of scrolling and avoiding, from choosing to stare that gambling urge in the face and say, you don't run me anymore. And let's talk about feelings, because this is where most gamblers fall apart. You've spent years doing things based on how you feel in the moment. If you were stressed, you gambled. If you were sad, you gambled. If you were happy, bored, anxious, you gambled. Everything was reactive, emotional. But mental mastery means doing what you said you'd do, regardless of how you feel. Feelings are valid, but they are not always facts. They are definitely not always instructions. So here's what today is about. Training your nervous system to stop craving comfort and start respecting effort. Effort becomes your new high. Sweat becomes your new release. Consistency becomes your new identity. It's because when you stack enough hard things together, when you push through enough days where everything in you says, I don't want to, but you do it anyway, you become unstoppable. This is the heart of transformation. The old you ran. The new you shows up. The old you folded under pressure. The new you welcomes it. The old you needed chaos to feel alive. The new you thrives in structure. And every single hard thing you do, no matter how small, is another brick in the foundation of that new identity. Yes. So let's make this practical. Pick 3 hard things today. 1 physical, 1 emotional, 1 mental. Maybe it's going for a 30-minute run when you want to stay in bed. Maybe it's calling a friend and admitting what you've been struggling with. Maybe it's meditating for 20 minutes with no music, no phone, no stimulation, just silence. Do all 3, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. It's the point. You're building a mind that doesn't flinch when it's time to act. And if you fail, you get up again. You do another hard thing tomorrow. This isn't about perfection. It's about proving to yourself that you're not that same person who ran from responsibility. You're someone who chooses the fire now. Someone who knows that the pain of discipline is far better than the pain of regret. Remember this. Gamblers don't relapse because they're weak. They relapse because they're untrained. They've trained themselves to escape. Now it's time to retrain yourself to endure, to lean in, to walk into the resistance, and come out the other side stronger. This is the new standard. This is what day 31 looks like. From here on out, you don't avoid hard things. You hunt them, because hard things build strong minds, and strong minds don't gamble. I'll see you on day 32, where we go even deeper into protecting your energy, mastering your attention, and cutting off the noise that keeps you distracted. But today, do the hard thing. Earn your respect back. This is who you are now.